From the A to the A, from Atlanta to Alaska, I have finally arrived, and the views are absolutely breathtaking. Did you know that out of 20 of the highest mountain peaks in the United States, Alaska is home to 17 of them? There are more than 3,000 rivers and 3,000 lakes for you to catch some of the best wild Alaskan salmon you've ever tasted in your life. The river I went to fish for my salmon was the Kenai River. The largest salmon ever caught in the world was found in the Kenai River at 97 pounds. Now that's a fish. Since Alaska is so remote, seaplanes are the way to go. 1% of Alaskan residents are pilots due to the remoteness of the landscape. The state capital of Juneau doesn't even have roads leading in. Therefore, you must take a seaplane or a boat if you want to go. Did you know that America purchased Alaska in 1867 from Russia for only $7.2 million? Now, when you look at it, Alaska has over 600,000 acres. So to break that down, that's 2 cents per acre. Now that's a discount. Now, America over the years, due to oil sales found in Alaska, made billions of dollars. Now, do you think Russia would have sold that land if they would have known what's on the inside? But guess what? Many of us are like that. We're out here selling ourselves cheap, not realizing the value we have on the inside. Now, let me give you an example. If I had a $100 bill in my hand and I crumbled it up and dropped it on the ground and stepped on it and it's all dirty, how much is it worth? $100. Even if I took the $100 and ripped it in half and taped it together, I can still take it to the store because it's never lost its value. You see, many of us are like this $100 bill. Many of us may have tattoos on us. Many of us may have been crumbled up in life, dropped and stepped on and kicked around and treated unjustly. But guess what? Just like that $100 bill, you still have value. You see, you must understand how precious you are to God. You see, God wants me to tell you today that no matter what you've been through, no matter what you're going through, no matter what burdens you are carrying, hey, you still have value. And the second you understand that, you'll stop giving people discounts. Alaska is home to a rich indigenous culture known as the Eskimos, including 229 federally recognized tribes and 20 indigenous languages. Alaska Natives are approximately 20% of the state's population. Many of Alaska's indigenous people live a subsistence way of life, relying on Alaska's natural resources and utilizing traditional knowledge passed down through many generations. March 30th, 1867, U.S. purchased Alaska from Russia for $7.2 million. Because of the enormous size, that converts to about 2 cents per acre. Not only is Alaska the largest state in the U.S., but it's also bigger than Texas, California, and Montana combined. Alaska also has more than 34,000 miles of coastline, more than the other 49 states combined. The purchase of Alaska was perceived at the time to be a bad purchase and is known as Seward's Folly. It turns out it was one of the best bargain deals that our country ever made. It gave U.S. a strategic military position since it's directly next to Russia, and not to mention the billions of dollars that were brought in from fur, gold, and the oil industries. Oil revenue rapidly flowed into the state's treasury. The abundance of oil money sparked billions of dollars in state capital projects that took place in the 80s. So much money was coming in, they opened a savings account. The Alaska Permanent Fund was established in 1976 and paid an annual dividend to every qualified Alaskan since 1982. As of 2019, the
fund is worth approximately $64 billion that has been funded by oil revenues and has paid out an average of approximately $1,600 annually per resident. The Alaskan Permanent Fund sets aside certain shares of oil revenues to continue benefiting current and all future generations of Alaskans. Wow.
So today we're gonna motor up the Kenai River, we're gonna motor up below Ski Lac Lake. I was gonna have us cross over, but it went a little fast and rough and it's gonna push us around if we cross over the lake. It's a little dangerous, so we're gonna motor up and we'll make our way to go try to find some coho salmon.
Fishing, it takes patience. You won't get it on the first cast, maybe second cast, not even on 100th cast, but if you keep going, eventually you'll catch something. And that's like life. Don't stop just because you don't get anything on your hook. Keep going, you know. Just because you get some crabs or seaweed on your hook, keep going. And eventually, you know what'll happen? Who finally caught me a fish right here? Hey, fish is on my line non-stop now. But I'm happy this is a salmon, I believe. Yes, it is a salmon. You know, it took a while to catch it, but I actually caught it. First time fishing, won't be my last time. Look at that.
Dumping out eggs.
Eggs, look, we got calamari. Who's hungry? You can eat those. Look, you can eat that. You need your own show. He ate the calamari, y'all. Hey, man, you owe me some money for that, bro. That's $50. All right? So this is what we doing right here. Hey, I caught dinner for the night. You ready to eat? Yeah, he wanted to come to the club. That's how he jumped in the boat. All right, y'all. Hey, live your best life and always remember to go live a little. You a killer. Hit him, girl. Hit him. Come on, killer. Get him, killer. Get him, killer. Ah.
Oh, he's shaking. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you did it. Kill him. Yeah, apologize and hit him again. Apologize and hit him again.
Oh, that's what I was Back off the coconut.
All right, let's see you eat that sushi.
What is it?
What's it called?
Caviar.
Caviar.
Fresh eggs out of the paint's booty.
Look. OWP. OWP. I got a correction to make, y'all. I know I called it calamari. I'm really hungry. Caviar. Caviar, calamari, same thing almost. Hey, but next time I'm going to eat some fish eggs straight out the booty, have some high-end caviar, okay? Hey, wait till I catch the next one. He was really nervous. But he like, let my eggs go at least. I got kids, I'm pregnant. Put me back. I had to put the fish back and he was pregnant. I got kids, see? Can you tell me the life cycle of a salmon,
The life
please?
cycle of salmon is, depending on the species, they're born in the river, they hatch from anywhere, they immediately leave the river, they stay a year in the river, then leave, they go out to the ocean, they'll stay anywhere out in the ocean from a year to 5 years, they'll grow, get big, their little cluck goes off inside them, says, hey, time to go back to the river. They swim up the river, they dodge the sharks, the orcas, they get in the river, dodge the fishermen, the bears, they get to where they were born, they do the nasty like their mom and the dad did, they live about 2 weeks after that, and then they die. And then all that body that's decaying, that's nature's way of bringing marine grade nutrients inland, and it nourishes all the trees on the banks, the vegetations, the animals, and even the young salmon after they're born will feed on the carcass meat of their parents. It's kind of morbid, but one giant circle of life.
One of my favorite parts about this trip was the bears.
The bears.
And Alaska is home to one bear per 27 people. Remember, when you're in Alaska, you're in the wild, and you can actually have a bear encounter if you're not careful.
here is I'm gonna come in behind the collar right here. I'm gonna cut down. I'll go down along the belly. I'll get this piece right here, get a belly meat piece, and we'll get 2 nice fillets out of this fish. So first I'm gonna come back here, come down into the belly a little bit like that. Go ahead and flip the fish real quick. Lay on my piece of towel so you have something to grip because they are slimy. Typically I'll have a piece of AstroTurf. Come over here, get this cut down here. That, boom, and over here, there's your belly meat. And you're gonna come down here, find the spine, you're gonna let it crack. Once you got on the spine, you wanna ride that spine all the way down to the tail. You just wanna make sure you don't cut through the spine because then you got problems. Clearly you can tell this fish is male. Because maybe batter.
Sperm.
Juicy. Here.
Some people make fish head stew with the head, so he didn't. That's some real country stuff. Yeah, he didn't top of the head. Oh, they use the whole bone to pull that meat off. Wow. Different fish too. Not just this fish.
We know this is real Alaska salmon. Now, one of the things that I learned on this trip while we were out on the boat, you see a lot of dead salmon. You know, salmon have a certain life cycle where they go back to the place where they were born to actually mate and die. You know, you see them a lot of times getting eaten by bears upstream. But one of the things that I learned was actually the dead salmon, actually as they decay, they provide nutrients for the river. Now, look at this salmon providing nutrients for us. It's a life cycle. Thanks, salmon.